Hey everyone, I'm Butch Hartman. Welcome to Vision Possible. So glad you're here. Don't forget to share these videos, like and subscribe to us. We'd love to have you guys be part of our Vision Possible family. We want to help you make your daydream your day job. We want to get your vision out of your heart and into the marketplace. You can get my books, Vision Possible. That's what it's named right after this channel. Get Vision Possible, which is all about goal setting, goal achieving, and my other book, Mad Hustle, which is all about selling and pitching shows in Hollywood and how to get yourself paid doing what you love and living your dream, getting that dream off the launch pad and getting it into the stratosphere. It's going to be so cool when you can finally achieve something like that, and you can do it because you're diligent and you're a visionary. You are a visionary. If you're on this channel right now, you're a visionary. So welcome, visionaries. Glad you're here. All right. We want to also tell you that on Vision Possible here, we have 5 days a week of live teaching, Monday through Friday, in the realms of finance, entrepreneurship, social media, entertainment. The list goes on. We are so glad you guys are here because we want to encourage you. We want to encourage you. These teachings are absolutely free. We're going to be doing a lot more of these as the days, weeks, and months go by. So just tune in, grab a hold, and just learn from us. We want this to be a resource for you, like an encouraging, mentoring resource. I wish I had resources like this when I was just starting out. I had to bumble and stumble my way through the dark. I come from a town in Michigan, wonderful little town, but nobody knew Hollywood back there. No one knew how to get into the entertainment industry. There is no entertainment industry back there. There's local news channels, things like that, radio and all that stuff. And I could have maybe started there, but I wanted to be an animator at Walt Disney Studios, and that wasn't out in Michigan, where I'm from. It was in Hollywood. And so I came out to California, went to art school, went to California Institute of the Arts in Valencia, California, and I studied character animation there for 3 years. I couldn't afford my 4th year. So I got out of school. After 3 years, I thought, you know what? I can draw. I can get a job if I can draw. I don't need a college degree. Wish I'd thought of that before I went for the first 3 years. I ended up paying student loans back for 10 years after that, but we'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, long story short, I pursued my dream at a very young age, whether it was out of courage or stupidity, I don't really know. But the bottom line is I did it. And I'm still doing it, and you can do it too. And we're just glad you're here. Go to visionpossible.net to our website. Take the Vision Spectrum quiz. You'll know where you are in your visionary walk after taking that quiz. You're going to know if you're just starting out and need to figure out more. You'll know if you're kind of in the middle and kind of on your way, or you'll know if you're kind of there, like you got this figured out. Let's go sell this now. Because everything we do here on Vision Possible is to help you make money. I mean, I know. Really, Butch, it's all about money? Look, it's not all about money. Well, let's face it, when you have money, you can do what you love and you can help other people. It's about blessing other people with the gifts and the blessing you've been given. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. So anyway, on Vision Possible, that's what we want to do here. So look, last time we were talking about how to sell a Hollywood project, and that was part 1. So now we're going to talk about how to sell a Hollywood project, part 2. Last week we talked about the idea. How to sell a Hollywood project? Well, what's the project? What is the project? Is it an ice dancing show? Is it a circus? Is it a musical? Is it an animated cartoon? What is your project? You need to figure that out. And if you're not maybe talented enough in the area you're trying to get into, maybe you surround yourself with some people that are. There's a ton of people I know out there who aren't necessarily super talented in certain areas, but they know how to hire people and bring them around, so they have an incredible team around them so they can produce the projects that they want. Maybe you're one of those people as well. It could be. That's pretty cool. The other thing is how to develop the idea. How do you develop your idea? What do I mean by that? How do you make your idea into the idea that is going to sell? You know, you might have the greatest superhero show in the world, but is it going to sell? You know, there's been a lot of superhero. In fact, it's funny. That's usually the show idea most people come up with is a superhero show, because superheroes are fun. Everybody gets it. We have super strength. We have capes. We fly around. Everybody seems to love superheroes. The movies and the TV shows that feature superheroes do just fantastic in the box office. We can start going to movies again, but the movies just do fantastic, and people love superhero shows. So. It could be a superhero show, but what's different about your superhero show, and why would I care, and why should I watch it? And if I'm somebody who's got a lot of money to buy projects, why am I going to buy yours? Why am I going to give you half this money that I have? And how are you going to return it to me? I know you want to do this, but are you capable of doing this? Have you done anything I could see? People are going to ask you that too when you're developing something or trying to pitch something. Well, what else have you done? If you listen to my podcast, I have a podcast called Mad Hustle, the Mad Hustle Podcast. And on the Mad Hustle Podcast, I interviewed two of my mentors that really helped me through my early walk in entertainment. One gentleman's name is Fred Seibert, and the other guy's name is Albie Hecht. And these guys were very big wigs at Nickelodeon back in the day when I was younger. And I interviewed them, and I said, these guys have been in the industry for a while. They helped me get Fairly Odd Parents off the ground. And I said to them, guys, what is it that makes you say yes to a show? Why do you buy shows from people? And both of them said with no hesitation, usually it's not the project. They'll say it's usually not the project idea, although that does help if it's great. And we do like great ideas. But they said normally it's the person. They're buying the person. Like, this person's going to deliver for me, and I can trust this person. So what can I give this person so they can make a hit show for me? And oh, by the way, they have a cool idea too, which is good. And that answer didn't really surprise me because I kind of already knew it. But when I was younger, it really surprised me. They're buying the person? They're buying the like, if you walk in to sell a show and you're a nervous wreck and you haven't slept and you, are coming off very unprofessional. If you look like you've never, owned anything in your life or done anything in your life, chances are they'll be nice to you, but you don't look like you have the confidence and the skill level needed to get a show sold. Because what they do is they go, yep, we'll buy your show. Then they move on to the next thing. And you basically are left holding this project, having to deliver on it. You've signed a contract to make 20 half hours of this show in the next year and a half. 20 half hours, beginning, middle, end. Music, sound effects, writing, character design, voice acting, hiring a staff, editing, making sure the show is amazing. Character designers, artists. If you're a live action director, it's getting, getting the effects people, getting the crew in place, getting all the actors needed and making deals with everybody. It's a very, very huge responsibility. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to be realistic about it. So anyway, get your idea, develop your idea. I got a little list here. And we talked about partners too. I talked about a pitch that I just did a little while ago where I was on a Zoom call with this huge company, very huge entertainment company. And the person I was with, he and I are working on a project together. I don't normally work with partners. That's just me. I've had some prior experiences with partners that weren't as pleasant as I would have liked them to be. So I kind of made a vow to myself, I'm not going to work with partners anymore. I'm just going to do things on my own. Sink or swim, it's me or it's me or no one else, right? And now once I got my shows sold, I had a staff and people that helped, but it was usually just me to begin with. But in this case, I'm working with this partner. This person's a younger person, and they came to me, and they've come to me for a long time with an idea. This person has come to me with several ideas, and this person is a very hardworking person, and they've done a great job developing these ideas. And I saw something in this person, and plus I love the idea they brought to me. I thought, man, this could really be cool. I really like this. And so this person's young, and I was really hoping to give this person the experience of going from studio to studio and pitching. But because of the COVID situation, we couldn't go in, and everything's a Zoom call. So that little bit of experience is not there. But still, we still get to meet wonderful people on our Zoom calls. And anyway, this person I know I can partner with. And always make a deal up front with your partner. Here's what the terms are of this deal. If this project goes forth, you're this and I'm this and we split this. And don't become a partner with someone you just met, ever. You want to know this person. You want to have vetted this person. You want other people to have vouched for this person. The person I'm partnering with, I've known for over 10 years, very well. And so I trust this person, and that's why I'm partnering with this person. But you need to be able to trust the person you're working with. Don't forget that, okay? So partners are a key thing, because a partner is exactly what it sounds like, a partner. You will be partnered with this person. If the show sells, for the rest of your life and throughout history when they write stories about the show created by you and the partner. It's always going to say that. John Lennon, Paul McCartney. It's always going to say that. And there were songs written by Paul McCartney John Lennon had nothing to do with, and that kind of drove Paul McCartney nuts, and it drove John Lennon nuts because John Lennon's like, that was my song, and Paul had nothing to do with it, but they wrote most of their songs, but I think they had a deal where they would split every song, and I know that sort of didn't sit well once they got some success. So anyway, all right, so the idea, develop the idea, figure out who the partners are. If it's just you, awesome. If there's two, sometimes shows sell with 5 partners, 5 people created the show. So that's something else you have to figure out. And the one thing you need, for sure, 99.9% of the time, to even get a meeting in a Hollywood studio, you need an agent or a lawyer. You cannot even get past the gate without an agent or a lawyer representing you, usually because the studio will know this person already. Studios get burned all the time by people who say that the studio ripped off their idea. Hey, I had a movie just like that. That studio ripped off my idea. Well, the studio is protected because they've got a licensed agent or lawyer that represented you. And there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. They can say like, no, they were repped by a legal person. The meeting was above board. We had a meeting with them. We did not steal the right. And there's a lot of legal stuff that gets taken care of if you have an agent or a manager. Also, the studio could turn around and say, you stole an idea from them. You know what I mean? If you go into Studio A, they don't buy your idea, but then maybe you're talking and they give a couple ideas for your idea, give a couple suggestions, and you walk over to Studio B and sell the idea and use their suggestions. They could always go, hey, he stole the idea. Anyway, bottom line is, a studio won't even let you pass the gate without a verified agent or manager. Believe me, I've tried it. It doesn't work. Very rarely does it work. You might know somebody on the inside. You might pitch somebody at a dinner meeting. There's all kinds of scenarios. But normally, for a formal meeting, you've got to have representation. But Butch, how do I get representation? Let's talk about that for a second. That's a huge, huge deal. You get representation by seeking it out. You've got to seek it out. Like, for example, how do you get a lawyer? You can hire a lawyer and pay the lawyer. Most entertainment lawyers have done this for years. They've been through Hollywood. They know the players. They know the studios. They know the people. They know the terms of the deals. If you get offered an option on your idea, okay, let's say Warner Brothers wants to option your really cool movie idea, your screenplay. Great. The lawyer's going to go, here's the rates, here's what they pay, here's the terms, here's the payout schedule. What's a payout schedule? I thought they gave me $200,000 right up front. Oh, no. You might sell the screenplay for $200,000, and congratulations, that's a very cool deal. But you don't get paid $200,000 right up front. You'll get $20,000 to start. It's called commencement. You'll be commenced. Here's your $20,000. We'll see you in 3 months when the screenplay is done. Okay, you got $20,000 for the next 3 months. Hopefully, can you live on $20,000 for 3 months? Many of us probably could. But then you turn your first draft in. And then they have about a 2-week to a month period to read that first draft. So now you're 4 months in, right? Almost half a year has gone by. Anyway, bottom line is, you have to do your notes. They give you notes back, and then you have to make those adjustments. That's another month or 6 weeks, and then you get paid in that. Anyway, lawyers know about all these payout schedules. They know about all the percentages of things, that kind of stuff. And a lawyer gets a percentage of the deal. A lawyer normally gets 5% of the deal, maybe sometimes more. Whatever money you make, that's what you pay them. So you're already paying somebody out of that $20,000 as well. So keep all that in mind, plus there's taxes and things. So selling a screenplay is cool, but don't quit your day job, I always say. Have another job as well. If you become a multi-million-dollar movie writing person, we'll talk about that one later. Congratulations, that's a whole different ball of wax, but you can do it too. And also an agent. An agent is different than a lawyer. An agent knows everybody in town usually, and they can actually get you meetings. Lawyers don't normally get you a meeting. A lawyer will negotiate a deal once you've got it. Once you've got a deal, a lawyer can totally negotiate it for you and help you with that. But an agent, an agent can help you negotiate the deal as well, but an agent can also get you a meeting. An agent's on the phone all day selling you as their client. You are a commodity to your agent. How do I get an agent? Well, that's a tricky one because an agent is not going to take you on as a client unless they know they can make money with you. You've got to like really prove that you can make money for your agent. And once you can make them money, because listen, they got to keep their lights on in their fancy office, and they've got to, they got bills to pay too, but they make a percentage off what you make. An agent might have 20, 30 clients all making money and they're getting 10% of all of that, but the agent has to pay their workers and pay the phone bill and pay, just a lot of stuff, right? So an agent is a great thing to have. And I've had my agent, with my agent, I've had them since 1995. I've had my agent 26 years now. So they're like family to me. I mean, I could pick up the phone and call them anytime. But back in the day, before I wasn't anything as far as like a creator of a big show or anything, I was a guy who worked at Hanna-Barbera. I was an artist, but they saw potential in me. I went there, I met him, they saw my drawings, they saw that I was working, and I was like really hungry and gung-ho to sell something. They saw my personality, like, let's give him a shot here. And so they kept sending me out they would send me out on meetings. Hey, Butch, there's a meeting across town. They're making this project. I think you'd be great for it. And by the way, what's great about that is if I didn't have the agent, I never would know that. I'd be sitting at my desk on my job that I already have. I don't have time to make phone calls and go schmooze and have lunches because I'm working all day long. But the agent is making the calls for you. They're the ones selling you like a commodity, but that's why they get 10%. You make $900, they get $90. You make $1,000, they get $100. But listen, you're going to do better by giving them 10% than by you trying to negotiate your deal yourself. You might learn how to negotiate a deal eventually, and I hope you can. But at the beginning, you're not going to know. There's all kinds of Hollywood legalese and mumbo jumbo that's in these contracts that you can learn, absolutely. But it's great to have the agent do it because that way they'll explain it to you, and then they can go back to the studio and say, you can say, look, that's not enough money. I'm not doing that. And the agent goes, I'll tell him that. And the agent goes back, and they're the bad guy. There's no way he's going to work for this kind of money. We don't think Butch. And then the employer calls me going, do you know what your agent said? And I'm like, I can't believe that. That's terrible. So in a way, they come off like the bad guy and you still have a great reputation. So having an agent's great. How do you get an agent? You can go to showcases. They sometimes have, I know COVID's going on. They probably don't have a lot of showcases now, but showcases where you'd go and meet them in person and you'd kind of, say I'm a writer, I'm an artist, I'm a cartoonist, I'm a dancer, whatever it is, whatever you do, I'm an actor, and you get to meet them. I met my first agent, I had a manager years ago. I did an acting class and I was in my acting class and this woman just came up out of nowhere saying, I'd love to manage you. I think there's a lot of parts for you. She saw she could make money with me. And I actually got a few acting parts back. That's back in the 80s. Long time ago. But so you want to have your idea. Really work hard on that. Develop your idea. At least to a point you feel confident about it. Okay? Partners. Who are you working with and why are you working with them and how do they benefit you? How do they benefit you? Are they dragging you down? Do you feel obligated to this partner? Well, it's my cousin. It's like, no. If your cousin's a genius and can help, great. But if it's just because you feel bad for your cousin because they need a job, no, you don't partner with your cousin. You sell your show and then you hire your cousin because that way if the cousin messes up, you can then part ways with your cousin and you still keep your show, that sort of thing, okay? And then agent and a lawyer, getting representation is vital. It's a vital thing to get. You have to get representation because not only will it benefit you as far as getting meetings, they'll negotiate deals for you and they'll protect you legally to a point. But I mean, it's better than you having nobody. Very few places it's called a blind pitch. You can't just walk in off the street and pitch somebody. They just won't do it. They've been burned too many times. And these studios have been around for 100 years now. They're not going to put up with that. So, but if you're rep by an agent, they're like, okay, this person's legit. Let's listen. If so-and-so at Hollywood Star Agency likes them, there must be something there. I'll meet with them. It makes you look good to have an agent. It makes you look like you have a reputation. It makes you look like someone took a shot, like someone trusts you, so don't be afraid of that. And I've got a couple more things here, but I think we need to do a part 3. What do you say? Should we do a part 3? We'll do a part 3. All right, but I'm so glad you guys are here for Vision Possible. This is where we help you make your daydream your day job. Let me say it right. This is where we help you make your daydream your day job. Don't forget, take the Vision Spectrum quiz. Go to www.visionpossible.net. We already know the www, sorry. Go to visionpossible.net. Take our Vision Spectrum quiz. Learn where you are in your visionary journey. Are you a beginner, having really no clue? Are you right there in the middle, but you need some help? Or have you really gotten to where you think you got it all figured out? The quiz will show you that. Go check that out. Get my book, Vision Possible, and my other book, Mad Hustle, How to Pitch and Sell Shows in Hollywood. I think you're going to really enjoy them. Check out our teachings 5 days a week. And guys, we're just so glad you're here. And let's do this. You guys can do this. I know it's a lot. It's a big hill to climb, but you got to take one step at a time, okay? And what's cool about it is you climb the hill. Each step makes you stronger. Don't forget about that. All right. Have a